natures as different forms of things you can tap into when it comes to, like, our ancestors would study nature. Like when you think about the cat, like a lot of our ancestors, they would study how cats fight and things of that nature. Like, you know, a lot of our ancestors studied cats fighting styles. And, you know, have you ever saw a video of a cat when they like do karate moves and punches and kicks, where they real fast?
Like real cats?
Agility, yeah. Like agile. They real agile. So
yeah, for sure.
So when you think about like our ancestors, they would study animals and they would see like those different animals are also different components we can tap into, so we can know how to live amongst ourselves. You know what I mean? So when it came to the different pharaoh heads, like the animals had when it came to the different the heads on the pharaohs, when it came to the animal heads, it represents the different aspects we can tap into that we get from nature. You know what I mean? That we get from the different components of animals, basically. You know, so they studied nature when it came to different components of how we should live or how we should operate.
That brand so deep, man. That was a whole insight, bro. That he gave me insights on. That's Andy. I don't know if it ain't no big. I tell him I'm in the middle of a podcast right now, but that's deep, man. I got so many questions that I ain't even got written down yet, man. And I'm gonna go ahead and do it because this again, wait, that's why I love the flow, man. Right now, y'all tapping into King Mally on influential reasons for the ones who just
Yes, sir.
So how do you feel about astrology and the signs, and how are you big on that?
Yeah, I feel like I said, we are connected to the universe, we are connected to the stars, we are connected to the planets. So my thing is, how aren't we connected to the cosmos if we are one with the cosmos? We are one with the planets. Like, don't get me wrong, like Western astrology, I feel like it has been kind of tainted, but our ancestors knew what to do, how to build, how to live based upon the study of the stars and the planets and things of that nature. And even me, when I study my sign and I get into that do sound like me. You know what I mean? So I'm not one of them type of people who, like, I don't, like, when I meet people, I don't judge them solely based upon their sign, but it's definitely power in knowing astrology, because I feel like when you know your astrological sign and the different components when it comes to your astrological sign, you can peep why you are the way you are. Like, you know, that's why you are the blueprint is so important. Know yourself is so important, so you can know the different components of yourself.
For sure, you know like attributes.
Yeah, your different attributes. Because if you don't know the different attributes that come with yourself, you won't be able to tap into the different powers of yourself.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Absolutely. Yeah. I'm going to try to guess. Are you a water sign?
No, I'm a fire sign.
You're Leo?
I'm an Aries.
Oh, you're Aries. Okay. Y'all share. I'm supposed to share the Mars.
Yeah, Mars. You got Mars in there too.
April?
March 27th. Yeah.
Oh, March 27th. So you
got Mars and Pluto, right?
Yeah, I'm Mars and Pluto. Yeah, definitely. Because I like I say, man, before I really went on my journey, I wanted to on it, but bro, like you said, it's the character traits that I look for, and like men, women. Okay, I understand it's a difference between men and women, but we all do share similar characteristic traits that I tack on, and I add that. Then I look at your personality, how you raise people. Then I do all of that. Yeah, upbringing. That's how you are this type of person. I study deeply, so that's why I asked you. Even numerology. I study deeply on that. That's why I asked you about the 999, because my favorite angel number is not even 444, but throughout my journey getting tapped in, like really connecting and saying, okay, I'm really gonna focus, not just saying I believe, I'm really gonna tap into what the most I have and go through the hardships in the wilderness. He granted me with Supreme 444. I ain't just picked that out.
Wow, that's beautiful.
Them downloads, and I started to understand that and dive into them, like, okay, this sounds like me. So I know the 9 ether, the way you explained this, like that's definitely a download. You've been gifted.
Yeah, absolutely. And also, I got to give it up to the ancestors, because I learned a lot of the teachings as well from Dr. Malik York, leader of the Nuwapia Nation. He wrote over 1,300 books. They incarcerated him for building his own nation. He had 470 acres of land down east of Georgia. He had black people down there building, developing. he speak 11 different languages, over 1,300 books. So a lot of the teachings also came from the knowledge that he has bestowed upon me by reading his books and things of that nature. And also young Pharaoh, Brother Polite, Marcus Garvey, Noble Drew Ali, French Crest Welsing, Shahrazad Ali, so Malcolm X. You know, I dive into all the ancestors. You feel me? But with Dr. Malachi York, like with his teachings, he go into a scientific aspect of who we are, historical aspect of who we are, and also what he did was he took black people or Nubians through different schools of thought. When you think about like the truth about Judaism, Christianity, Islam, all these different religions, he taught the pristine purity or the original form of those religions and how they tied back to our ancestors in ancient Kemet or ancient Nubia. You see what I'm saying? So he was teaching our people the original forms of these religions, because he had to teach them these different forms of religion because they were so into religion so much. So he had to give them what they wanted so he can give them what he came to give them, which is Wunuwapu, the truth about who we are, which is sound, right, reason, and things of that nature. And even my Nubian name, I got a Nubian name, which is Anuki Atun Reye, which is the divine, unique one of the sun, basically, yeah.
Wow, see, okay, I got a question for you. Like, what age were you when you first started going your spiritual journey, and what led you to your first spiritual awakening?
When I was 19, that's when I started to read about, that's when I started learning from Brother Polite, Young Pharaoh, Osei Kafur. And once I started watching these brothers and start hearing them disseminate information about the truth about who we are, things of that nature. And also Dr. Sabian, we started teaching about health and stuff, you know what I mean? So I know you heard Dr. Sabian.
For sure, yeah.
Yeah. So when I started getting into Dr. Sabian, the truth about who you are, and I started listening to Young Pharaoh, Brother Polite and them, that's what really got me into it, because it was like once I got into it, like I couldn't get off of it, because it was you know how
bro, when you get like the ecstasy of info.
Yeah, the ecstasy of info.
They don't even know it. Bro, that's big. You keep going. I'm a truth seeker, and I know you decide. You keep digging. Keep going.
Because the thing about it is, it's like water. You feel me? If as especially as a man, like as a woman too. They feel me? Like I ain't making it gender based. But for us, our strength comes from what we place in our mind.
Absolutely.
If you're not feeding your mind the right things, you can't operate right out here in the right way. You feel me?
Absolutely.
It's deeper than just lifting weights and going to the gym. If your mind ain't in the right place, if you're not adding the correct information into your mind, then you slowly drift off into negative ways of living and negative ways of being. You know what I mean? That's why they say an idle mind is a devil playground.
Absolutely.
You feel me? Because if you don't add more things into your mind, if you don't add more things into your mind as you transgress in life, you can steer off. You know what I mean? So it's you got to have a career, you got to get money, you got to take care of yourself, you got to handle business, all that type of stuff. But what I realized, the most important thing in life, if you ask me, is keeping your mind in the right place. Because no matter what happens in your life, you can lose money, you can gain money, things can happen to you. But if you keep your mind in the right place, that's where your longevity come from, if you ask me.
I believe so, and I always said it, and this ties in. I'm gonna go to the first question, because I'm gonna back up too, because I got so many questions for you, bro. Golly, we're gonna have part 2, part 3. This, man.
You can put this for 5, 6, 7 parts, ain't it?
Oh, it's gonna be that, because man, I got so many questions, and I love that, but I ain't even got to tap into that. But I'm going to what you just said. It hit on what I'm seeing on social media. Like it's a lovely lady we interviewed a couple weeks ago, and I see her sharing a lot. Sometimes women be needing insight, and she was just explaining why she have the notion that black men hate women. I don't agree. I think it's misunderstanding on both ends. So that ties into the first question I'm gonna dive into, because like I'm just reading the comments, just doing my little watching, and I can kind of see the back and forth between the guys. Even some of the guys, I'm like, bro, this ain't like y'all feed into what she's saying. This because she have a valid point. Now the reason some of the things she's correcting on or proper info, but she got a valid point. But we have a valid point too, because I feel like men just misunderstood in all on even our nature. And why women sometimes I feel like they go out of alignment with the Most High and they get hijacked a lot. Like you just said,
Yeah.
it's an idle mind. Women don't understand this in between, either multi or it's demonic. Ain't no in between. So if you idling, your body get hijacked with the spirit. They don't understand it.
You just cook. Hey, he cooking with hot grease. InFLOWential Reasons. He flowing right now. InFLOWential Reasons.
Man, you hear? I told y'all this gonna be one of the ones that's deep. And I gotta hit him with the first question, because if not, I'm gonna keep going. So, why do you believe the biggest misunderstanding between black men and black women? I'm sorry. What do you believe is the biggest misunderstanding between black men and black women today?
Is that we don't care about each other, we don't love each other. You know, I think that's the biggest misunderstanding. Like, because when I'm out and I see black women, you know, it's beauty, you know, it's love, it's peace, you know, it's care. You feel me? Like, because I feel like the misunderstanding also come from, you got these social media personalities and then you got real life. When I'm out operating, moving, doing what I do, when I meet black women, it be love, you feel me? It be care, it be peace. Some of them have their ways, you feel me? But I feel like as a man, if you operating and who you supposed to be operating as, and you coming off with good energy and things of that nature, that's what you gonna receive back. You feel me? And some women, they do be stuck in their ways where something in their mind where they so used to going through certain things and receiving negativity